Melissa,
Yeah.
could you quickly define for me your personal definition of what is meditation?
Being in the present moment.
What is meditation to you, Kelsey?
Communicating with your body.
Communicating with your body. Cool.
Being present.
Being present.
Not in my imagination.
And not in your imagination. Effortless concentration. Meditation's effortless concentration.
But it takes a while to get to the effortless part.
No, it's a perspective, and I'll show you with this video that I had an idea of during meditation. Because the mind moves thought to thought to thought. And if you begin to think that each thought is separate, then your mind is fragmented, and then you don't think it's meditation. But think of each thought as a bead on a necklace, and the string that ties all the thoughts together is your concentration on it. So if the thoughts move from this to that to whatever, as long as you don't waver in looking at the thought, you're effortlessly concentrating.
So meditation is not necessarily the lack of, or keeping thoughts out of your mind.
Right.
Well, because that act in itself is a thought.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to not think of something, and then it's like a paradox.
It's effortless concentration on the present moment, though. So I think that phrase should be after it, because you can be effortless concentrating on your own thoughts.
Thoughts don't happen in any time other than the present. There is nothing but the present. As soon as you remember the past, it becomes present. As soon as you imagine the future, it's present.
Right.
There is no time but the now. And so you're never not in the now.
Right.
Even if you're imagining the future.
If you're thinking about the future, then you're not paying attention to the present. So I think
there are many things, yeah.
I think there's different kinds of meditation.
There are like fantastic stories of being aware of every single thing in the moment, but I'm not aware of everything that's happening around me, no matter how present I am.
Yeah.
I can only process so many senses.
It's just not being lost inside your thoughts.
This is interesting, because what are thoughts? The mind. What is the mind? And I think I told you this once. The mind is a labyrinth of three-dimensional, of walls. It's a labyrinth, like it's a maze, right? And the walls of the maze are your thoughts and memories. And we don't know where in the maze we are, because when we became aware of ourselves as something separate from the world, like around 5, 6, 7 years old, we had already been conditioned through a few years of being around our parents and society and whatever, and we already had habits, and it's like someone just dropped us in a maze, but we don't know where the start and the finish was. And so through meditation, we're trying to navigate the maze and learn where is our mind. And these walls, though, are not penetrable, because they have charges to them. They're like force fields or whatever, and the charge is the emotion that we have about it. That's called attachment. And so the goal of yoga and so many other practices, Dianetics and things, is to remove the charge. If we wanted to remove the charge, we can still have an emotion if we want to, but we're not attached to it. And so if we want to take down the force field, penetrate the wall, it would be very easy, obviously, to get to the end of the maze if you could just walk through all the walls, you know. So that's unattachment, and that's the mind.